والنجم إذا هوى ما ضل صاحبكم وما غوى.
So now the thing is with dalla, it's unintended. Like it's as if the Quraysh are saying, poor man, he just lost his marbles, he lost his sanity, you know. It's such a tragedy. He's gone to waste. And with ghawaya, it's like it's deliberate. It's on purpose that he's trying to misguide them. Now Allah is denying both of them. He's not a lost cause and a tragedy, and he doesn't have a secret hidden agenda to misguide you. However, basically the entire population of Makkah at the time, except for those who believed, were either dalla or ghawa. Either they were lost and confused, or they had an agenda to oppose Islam. It's not he who's got dalal and ghawaya, it's you who has it. Ma dalla sahibukum wa ma ghawa. But then, this is where things get really powerful. Isn't the imagery of the star falling beautiful? The star coming down and revelation coming, and the stars correlating with you know the Quran and the speech of Allah. Those correlations, it's very beautiful. Ayah number 1 is very beautiful, and ayah number 2 talks about something very ugly. Your companion is not lost. He's not deviated. He's not crooked. He doesn't have evil intentions against you. All this ugly stuff right after something beautiful. So there's a strange contrast happening between beauty and ugliness here. Why is that there? This is the last thing I'll share with you now for this session, and I'll give you a break. The word sahib in Arabic, ashaba, actually has to do with moss. You know what moss is, and like algae and moss and fungus and stuff like that. It becomes part of the wall. From it, they developed the idea. Or also, sahab or mushib actually is the hair on your skin. Now, what does moss and the hair on your skin have in common? They're stuck to you. They're a part of you. They're not quite you, but they are you also. You understand? So it's separate from you, but inseparable in some ways. A sahib is someone who is very close to you. You guys know, many of you know each other, but you know each other from work. You know each other from the masjid, but you don't know your personal lives. You don't know your fears, the things you like, your dark side, your light side, your humorous side. You don't know everything. You know a glimpse of another person. Some people are married to each other and they don't know each other. Some people have children and they don't know their kids. You understand that? The idea of a sahib is someone so close to you, you know their ins and outs. You know everything about them. You know what they're like. The thing is, celebrities, right? They look a certain way on the screen. They look a certain way when they're performing, whether they're athletes or politicians or intellectuals or actors or whatever, right? They're a certain way. And people see them and they're like, can I take a picture? I love you. You're the best. You're amazing. You know, all of that. But you know who hates them? Their neighbor. You know who hates them? Their driver. You know who hates them? Their spouse, their kids, their siblings, their family, their cousins. The people close to them, they hate them. Their coworkers, fellow actors, they hate them. Why? Because they know a side of them that other people don't know. You understand? So public figures, they have this like what you know about them. You know some things about me. You don't know the inside. You don't know the private life. You don't know my emotions, my fears, my anxieties, my weaknesses. You don't know any of that because you're not my what? Sahib. You're not my sahib. Now, when Allah calls Rasulullah sahibukum, He says to Quraysh, your sahib. A person who has lived with you, who has laughed with you, who has cried with you, who has worked with you, who has had family with you, he's married among you, he has connection, he's done business with you, he was raised among you, you've seen his youth, you've seen his childhood, you've seen his adulthood, you've seen every part of his life. How are you going to do him dirty like that? Like sahibukum. He didn't say here, ma dalla Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. He used the closeness to the Quraysh and said, look at how beautiful this revelation is. And it came to the most beautiful human being. And nobody knows this man's beauty better than you. And you're saying this about him? How are you saying this about him? How can you make either of these claims? You knew more than anyone. He's the smartest person among you, the wisest among you, the most reliable among you. You don't know. If you had a secret and you needed to get advice from someone, you wouldn't think of anyone else but him. If you had a problem and you wanted somebody to solve it, you would go to him. If you had something you couldn't trust anybody with, you would trust him. And you're going to say about him, Dalla ghawa? Come on. Ma dalla sahibukum wa ma ghawa. It's such a powerful statement. It's an ugly claim, but Allah is actually within that ugliness, He's highlighting something beautiful. That your ugly claim falls apart. Just forget even whether you believe in the revelation or not, or the star or not. The fact that He's your sahib and you know better is the ultimate proof. That itself is the ultimate proof. SubhanAllah. Ma dalla sahibukum wa ma ghawa. This is where we're going to take our first break. I'm going to give you guys 5 to 7 minutes, and then I'm going to start talking to myself again.